You look around your life and see the gaps, the unfinished dreams, the opportunities that seem just out of reach. You feel the tug of what if, the fear that perhaps you are not enough, not ready, not meant to receive. How long will you wait, waiting for circumstances to change, for the perfect moment that never arrives? I tell you this, the moment is now, and the power has always been in your assumption. What you believe, you create. What you assume, you live. You are not bound by the past, nor by the opinions of others. You are free to step fully into the life you have always imagined. And the law that will open this door for you is the law of assumption. The law of assumption is simple, yet profound. It states that whatever you assume to be true becomes your reality. The world outside mirrors your inner convictions. To assume abundance, joy, success, and fulfillment is not wishful thinking. It is the alignment of your consciousness with the very fabric of creation. And yet, so many block this flow through doubt and fear. They whisper quietly, "I am not enough. I cannot do this. I will fail." Each assumption of lack becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. To shift into alignment, you must assume the reality you desire as if it is already yours. Begin with the declaration, the mental image, and the deep inner conviction that your life is already full of what you seek. I am living in abundance. I am living in abundance. I already possess the wealth, health, and joy that I desire. I already possess the wealth, health, and joy that I desire. Feel it as though it is undeniable truth. Let every thought, word, and action affirm this assumption. Notice the subtle changes, the doors that open, the people who appear, the opportunities that were invisible before. The universe aligns with what you assume. Consider this: a woman burdened by years of unfulfilled potential assumed a new identity, not of lack, but of achievement. She declared daily, "I am recognized for my talents. I am recognized for my talents." At first, it felt awkward, almost impossible. But gradually, her conversations, her choices, her energy began to reflect this new assumption. Opportunities arose, people responded differently, and she realized the world had shifted because she had shifted first. Affirm these truths. I now assume abundance in every area of my life. I now assume abundance in every area of my life. I live as though my desires are already fulfilled. I live as though my desires are already fulfilled. I am worthy of all the success life offers. I am worthy of all the success life offers. Every thought I hold aligns with prosperity. Every thought I hold aligns with prosperity. I now embody the reality I wish to see. I now embody the reality I wish to see. Now, reflect upon the weight of resistance, the tension that comes when you push against life rather than flow with it. How often have you wrestled with circumstances, forcing outcomes, holding tightly to control, only to find frustration and exhaustion? There's a law deeper than effort, deeper than struggle, the law of non-resistance. Life does not demand your fight. It invites your surrender. Prosperity, joy, and fulfillment flow naturally to those who align rather than resist. Non-resistance is the conscious choice to meet life with ease, to release the friction of fear, and to allow the currents of the universe to carry you to your desired outcome. Why do people block this law? Because fear masquerades as control. They cling to what they can manage, they strategize obsessively, and they forget that the unseen always responds more swiftly than the seen. The shift comes when you let go. When you stop insisting and start allowing, speak and act from a place of inner certainty. I release resistance and embrace the flow of life. I release resistance and embrace the flow of life. Opportunities come to me effortlessly. Opportunities come to me effortlessly. Repeat these affirmations slowly, letting each word sink deep. I now release all resistance. I now release all resistance. Life flows to me effortlessly. Life flows to me effortlessly. I meet each circumstance with calm certainty. I meet each circumstance with calm certainty. Abundance and opportunity arrive naturally to me. Abundance and opportunity arrive naturally to me. I trust the unseen intelligence guiding my path. I trust the unseen intelligence guiding my path. Assume it is yours, and the universe cannot refuse you. Flow without struggle, and life becomes effortless abundance. Consider today, this very moment, as a doorway. Every thought you hold, every word you speak, every assumption you embrace is a step into your future. You need not fight, you need not chase, you need only align. Step fully into your assumptions, release your resistance, and watch as your inner world transforms the outer. Abundance is not at the end of a struggle. It is the natural result of alignment, faith, and the unshakable assumption that your life is meant to be rich, joyful, and free. You have waited, watched, and wondered when life would reward your patience. The fear lingers quietly in the corners of your mind. Am I doing enough? Will the universe ever answer my prayers? Why do I see others rise while I remain still? These doubts are heavy, yet I tell you this, the power to transform your reality is already within you. Faith is not a wish, it is a law. It is the invisible current that moves mountains, opens doors, and brings miracles to those who trust. You are not out of timing, nor out of opportunity. You are simply learning to align with the unseen forces that govern success. And today, you will claim that alignment and awaken your ability to receive all that life intends for you. Faith without fear is the divine law that governs unseen abundance. It is the recognition that what you cannot yet see is already at work on your behalf. The world will tempt you to doubt, to worry, to hedge your dreams against reality, but these are the very obstacles that block the flow of blessings. Florence Scovel Shinn taught us that faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Yet, so many fail to harness it because fear whispers louder than faith. They measure the unseen by the standards of the visible and find scarcity instead of supply. What is required to shift into alignment is unwavering faith, faith that acts, speaks, and moves as if the promise has already been fulfilled. You do not wait, you live as though it is done. Speak your faith into existence. Declare with conviction, I now receive the abundance of life. I now receive the abundance of life. I trust that every need is met before I even ask. I trust that every need is met before I even ask. This is not wishful thinking, it is the law in action. The unseen is always responding to the conviction of your inner state. When you act from faith rather than fear, when you move with certainty instead of hesitation, doors open that were previously invisible, opportunities arrive unbidden, and the currents of life shift to carry you effortlessly toward your desires. Repeat these affirmations, allowing them to resonate in every corner of your being. I now live fully in faith, without fear. I now live fully in faith without fear. The universe provides all that I need and more. The universe provides all that I need and more. Every unseen force is at work in my favor. Every unseen force is at work in my favor. I trust the perfect timing of life. I trust the perfect timing of life. Abundance flows to me naturally and effortlessly. Abundance flows to me naturally and effortlessly. Faith acts quietly, yet moves the universe on your behalf. When fear is silent, miracles speak loudly. Look at your own life now. Where have you allowed fear to overshadow faith? Where have you hesitated to trust that the unseen forces are at work for you? Every moment you hesitate is a moment the universe waits for your alignment. To live in faith without fear is to walk with the certainty that the world conspires for your good, that prosperity, joy, and opportunity are already in motion, and that your alignment is the key to unlocking them. You do not need to see the entire staircase. You need only step forward with trust, with clarity, with a quiet conviction that what is promised is already present. You may feel it every night, that restless ache inside, the echo of unfulfilled potential. You have tried to force progress, to control outcomes, to make life bend to your will. And yet something resists. You ask yourself quietly, why does it feel like I am always pushing against an invisible wall? The truth is not outside of you. The friction you feel is the resistance within. And yet, I tell you now, what you perceive as resistance is actually the doorway to freedom. When you release the struggle and embrace the flow of life, you discover that power is not earned, it is awakened. Today, hear this declaration: I am not my past. I am the master of my present and future. Too many souls carry the burden of yesterday, as if it were a shackle around their spirit. They replay mistakes, mourn lost chances, and convince themselves that the past defines them. But listen closely. The past is nothing but a shadow. It cannot touch your present unless you allow it. The law of assumption teaches us this divine truth. You are not what has happened to you. You are what you assume yourself to be now. To step fully into your mastery, you must stop feeding old fears and start assuming the life you wish to live. Assume courage, assume success, assume peace, and watch how the universe rearranges itself to match your inner declaration. Why do people resist this shift? Because we are addicted to familiarity, even if it is painful. We cling to stories of limitation because they feel safe. And yet, safety is a cage. The way to realignment is simple, though it requires intention. Change your assumptions. Change the thoughts that whisper limitations. Replace them with affirmations of your sovereignty. Speak to yourself as if your highest self is already present. Every phrase, every thought, every breath you take in alignment is a declaration of your divine authority. Affirm these words slowly, feeling their truth resonate deep within. I am not my past. I am the master of my present and future. I am not my past. I am the master of my present and future. I release all regrets and embrace my divine power now. I release all regrets and embrace my divine power now. My past serves me as lessons, not limits. My past serves me as lessons, not limits. I step fully into the life I am creating. I step fully into the life I am creating. I am free. I am powerful. I am aligned. I am free. I am powerful. I am aligned. Consider a man who had failed repeatedly in business, each venture leaving him disheartened. He carried the shadow of these failures like chains, believing he was destined to stumble. One morning he paused and said simply, I am not my past. I am capable, resourceful, and ready for success. That single shift, a conscious act of assuming his higher self, created ripples. A partnership he had once thought impossible materialized, and doors that were once closed opened with grace. His past had not changed, but his present had transformed. Now turn your attention to the next truth. Resistance has no power over me. I flow effortlessly with life's divine plan. Have you felt the exhaustion of constant struggle, the frustration of forcing outcomes that refuse to come? Perhaps you whisper, I try so hard, but life seems determined to test me. What if the very effort you are putting in is misaligned? What if life is not meant to be pushed, but flowed with? There is a law at work far beyond willpower or effort. The law of non-resistance. When you stop battling circumstances, when you allow the divine current to carry you, doors open, opportunities align, and solutions appear with ease. Why do people resist this law? Because we equate effort with control. We believe that the harder we push, the more certain the outcome. But struggle is a signal that you are moving against the natural flow. The moment you yield to divine intelligence, trusting, surrendering, and releasing, you invite miracles. Shinn reminds us, do not try to force events, let them come. Resistance is optional. Alignment is inevitable when you step into it. Shifting into this flow begins with awareness and choice. Notice the areas in your life where struggle dominates. Speak these words, I release control and trust the divine plan. Affirm daily that every challenge is a signal to yield, not a reason to fight, and watch as life begins to move with you, not against you. Repeat these affirmations slowly, letting them settle deep into your being. Resistance has no power over me. Resistance has no power over me. I flow effortlessly with life's divine plan. I flow effortlessly with life's divine plan. I trust that everything is unfolding for my highest good. I trust that everything is unfolding for my highest good. I surrender fear, doubt, and struggle, embracing divine guidance. I surrender fear, doubt, and struggle, embracing divine guidance. Life supports me, moves with me, and brings me opportunities in perfect timing. Life supports me, moves with me, and brings me opportunities in perfect timing. Imagine a woman who had spent years fighting against circumstances, jobs, relationships, finances, believing that effort alone would secure her life. She was exhausted, frustrated, and ready to give up. One day, she chose to surrender. She said softly, "I let life guide me. I release the need to control." Within weeks, solutions she had not envisioned appeared. A new career path, supportive colleagues, and a sense of peace she had never known. She had not forced the universe. She had allowed it. That is the power of non-resistance. That is your birthright. Beloved, understand this. Mastery is not struggle. Mastery is alignment. You are not defined by the resistance you face, the weight of your past, or the effort that seems endless. You are defined by your willingness to assume your power, to release old stories, and to flow with the intelligence of the universe. Step into this truth. Your life does not need to be forced. It needs to be consciously aligned. Declare now with clarity and certainty, "I am not my past. I am the master of my present and future. I am not my past. I am the master of my present and future. Resistance has no power over me. I flow effortlessly with life's divine plan. Resistance has no power over me. I flow effortlessly with life's divine plan." Every word, every thought, every breath you invest in this alignment builds the life you were meant to live. Your past is a teacher, not a master. Resistance is a signal, not a sentence. And your words, the sacred utterances of your soul, are the wand that transforms every challenge into opportunity, every struggle into grace, every doubt into clarity. Stand now, breathe deeply, and feel the authority within. This is your moment. You are not defined by what has been or what resists. You are defined by your willingness to align, to assume, and to flow. The universe bends, shifts, and moves in harmony with your conscious, deliberate intention. And so, your life begins to transform effortlessly, divinely, and powerfully. Look closely at your life right now. Are you truly living or merely existing in the shadow of fear and old stories? Every doubt you have ever whispered, every hesitation you have ever entertained, has been a choice to honor limitation over possibility. But hear this truth, the life you dream of is not somewhere out there. It is waiting for you within, in the moment you choose to release what no longer serves you. Your words, your thoughts, your assumptions, they are not idle. They are sacred instruments shaping the world around you. Every fear you cling to is a wall. Every belief in your worthiness is a doorway. Today, you have been given the key, the power to transform, to rise, to claim your divine alignment. This is yours if you dare to use it. Do not wait for tomorrow. Do not hope that someone else will grant you permission. Stand now and declare it. I release limitation. I claim my power. I am aligned with the divine flow of my life. And as you step forward, remember this, the universe is listening. The invisible bends to your courage. Your faith calls forth miracles. Do not settle for anything less than the life that knows no resistance, no fear, no compromise. Now, rise. Speak your words. Move with intention. And let the world witness what happens when a soul stops waiting and starts commanding destiny. Take this moment right now and write the first line of your new life. Do not whisper it. Declare it. Be the miracle you've been waiting for.